Hey, how you doing? My name is and we're here today so you can get a movie review from the movie guru himself. I think he's in the garage painting. Let's see if we can find him. Sure is dark in here.
Well, hey there. Yeah, I didn't even hear you come in. But while you're here, I'm going to give you the review for the movie Chronicle. Well, I was pumped up to see this movie. Trailer got me pumped up. I was like, this is going to be a great movie. Can't wait disappointed. I'll go a little bit more into that toward the end of this review, but let's go into the basics of the movie. It follows Andrew, a senior in high school, very unpopular kid, lives in a house with an abusive stepfather and his mother who has cancer and is near death. His only friend is his cousin Matt. Well, the movie basically follows them at the beginning for the first 20 minutes of the movie, and right at the beginning of the movie, Andrew starts making his movie. He's going to be videotaping his day-to-day life. So everything's handheld, and it shows Matt and shows the fact that he isn't really popular in school. Well, they go to a party. Matt tells Andrew he should come to this party. So he decides to go. Well, at this party, the most popular kid in school, named Steve, goes up to Andrew and is like, "Hey man, me and I'm with your cousin in the woods here where we heard this crazy noise. And can you come out here with your camera and tape this?" So Andrew finally agrees, and they go out there, and it's like a big hole in the ground. And it's like a crazy noise is coming out of it. So they finally decide to go down into the hole to see what's the noise. So Andrew goes down with them, and it's like a big glowing object at the end of this hole. It's putting out this crazy noise, and it starts getting louder. It's starting to hurt their ears, and their nose. It's start running blood, and the camera starts cutting in and out, and just goes blank. So a few days later is when it comes back on. It might be a few weeks, I don't know. And at this point, they had started to develop powers from whatever that was in the hole, where they can move stuff now with their thought, sort of like myself. But they basically start to move small objects, and as they do more stuff with their powers, it starts to become stronger. That's what they figure out. So they just start, moving small objects, and later on they get to stuff like cars in the parking lot. They can move with their powers, and that's my favorite part of the movie, when they're just messing around, moving stuff in stores, freaking people out. So then, basically, at that point, the movie starts to shift. They're coming back from a trip. All three of them in the car. Matt's driving. Andrew's in the back seat there. He has his camera like always. And some guy comes up behind him. He's flashing lights. He's trying to get him to move out of the way. He's right on him. He's pissing him off. Andrew finally is like, "Watch this." He just takes his hand and shoves the vehicle right off the road, and it wrecks into a river. And at that point, Steve and Matt freak out, and they're like, "We gotta make boundaries here. We gotta make rules here. You can't hurt other people." And they come up with a few different rules. They agree to do that, and it all goes back to normal. And then the movie I won't go too much more into the movie, but they're able to develop their powers into even better things. I won't tell you all that because it'll ruin some of the movie. But basically, the movie at the end, Andrew he becomes the most powerful of all of them, and the power gets to his head, and he just does whatever he wants, and they have to stop him. And that's basically the whole movie. I won't tell you much more. I don't want to spoil it. Why I didn't like the movie was because it's a handheld movie. Other than Paranormal Activity recently, that's really the only one I liked of that kind of movie. and I felt that Paranormal Activity pulled it off, but this movie would have been much better, like a normal movie. And that's why I gave it a 5.5, but I think I gave it like a 7.5 or 8 if it was just a normal movie. It would have been a good movie. But the whole handheld thing, it just ruined it for me. So, with that being said, I give the movie 5.5. Leave me feedback how you like the movie, because I'm sure a lot of people like the movie, but I'm just one of those people who don't like the handheld movie. The guru doesn't like that. He can make the movie himself by flipping the camera up, like right now. But with that being said, why don't you leave me a comment on the blog, because I gotta get back to this beautiful painting I'm doing over here. So, see y'all.